Well, you're not going to believe this. I had no idea we were going to be blessed with this wonderful surprise, but the real-life Lisa is here. She was in the theater. She watched the movie with us. And I just have to know, was it real? Was it true? Did these things happen?
Well, aside from it being absolutely surreal to watch, like, Ari Grainer playing me, like, I'm obsessed with her, she's amazing.
That must be crazy.
Aside from that, it was really right on. And I think they showed that, like, with the side-by-side, having,
Oh, yeah, that was incredible.
Wasn't that cool? It was really accurate.
Wow.
Right on. So I was so pleased. James Franco did amazing.
Oh.
He did so good.
Good job, James.
You did good.
He did it. Well, for Film Obsession, you heard it from the mouth of Lisa here. The real Lisa. It was true. This Disaster Artist is true. Go see it. Everything will be great. Thank you.
Spoon.
Spoon. Oh, no. My goodness. Oh.
Just shut up.
Hi, Film Obsessions. It's me, Taylor.
And Jesse, we're not going to do the voice. I considered doing the voice for the entire review, but after about a few seconds, I decided not to do it.
What a story, Mark.
So, well, this wasn't just any ordinary movie screening. We got goodies. Look at, I'm wearing a shirt, and on the back you can see like that it says Disaster Artist. So like James Franco, he went all out with the merch. Look, he even got Tommy's Planet and stickers that I can put on all of my accessories in life. But in all seriousness, this is one of the best films of the year.
I think so.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed how heartfelt this film was, and it really just was such an inspirational story, and that's kind of weird to say.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is just an underdog story where this man just somehow created this work of art that has transcended its media, and it's so magical to sit in the theater and watch the behind the scenes and just the sincerity of the acting. I just really captivated me, and I'm being completely serious right now. It was like that. I was really like on the edge of my seat, happy at the end of this movie.
I know, it was very unexpected, because when you think a movie about the making of The Room, you think, oh, it's going to be a funny, silly, goofy, wacky time, and it is, but that's not the point of the film. James Franco, the director and actor, when making the film, you could tell that they always focused on the story and the characters. And the jokes came later. Let's make fun of The Room. That wasn't what they wanted to do. They truly are in love with this horrible film, and they made a great film to honor this horrible film. And there's lots of parallels. I don't know which ones you noticed. Which ones did you notice?
Parallels between the original
between the
and the
actual Room and this, like the football play.
Well, they did the football. It was so interesting because one of the scenes early in the film, James Franco is playing football with a bunch of kids, and then Tommy Wiseau pulls up. And Dave Franco.
One and the
all
same.
The Francos, they're all the same. I should have said Greg. Greg pulls up. Tommy pulls up in his awesome, expensive car.
Mercedes.
And
what was it?
there's like 3 footballs going around with kids in the background, and I just was like, is there like 3 footballs in this scene? And it was just these little subtle meta things that you see how they're creating the world of the film behind the scenes. And I mean, this is gonna sound weird, but as a filmmaker, that's how I feel. I feel like every moment of my life, I kind of like take snapshots and try to include them in my crappy little short films. And it's just so awesome to see another filmmaker that turned out to be a true genius to make the film that he did and take that from his own life. And really, you see the genius behind it because you realize, did he kind of plan these moments? Did he put them together and say, hey, now the movie's gonna be like this? Did he take things that were happening in his life and actually try to construct them in a way that they would benefit his own film? And it was just so weird.
Did everything just fall into place by complete accident? Which I don't know which one's more interesting, actually. And what's really neat about this film is that it's life and art circling each other. Because the film is about the making of a film, right? A horrible film. But then it also kind of reflects James Franco's own career. James Franco got his start portraying James Dean on the big screen, and Tommy apparently was inspired by James Dean. And so now it's kind of interesting that James Franco is playing Tommy, honoring James Dean in this film. And it's just so many layers of life and film and art and it drives me bananas. It's tearing me apart. See what
You
I
got
did
it,
there?
you got it.
Yes, but I would support an Oscar nomination for actor and director for Franco.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm not that big of a Franco fan, and sometimes I'm a huge Franco fan.
You pointed out this is his most mainstream film, and
Yes.
you could still see the artistry in the way the shots were.
Oh yes. But yeah, I can't recommend this film enough. I was smiling the whole time. I was laughing the whole time. I laughed pretty much as hard as I laughed when I watched The Room, but in a different kind of laughter. We haven't seen a film like this since Ed Wood. This is basically
Oh my
what
God.
Ed Wood did. It almost
Yes.
copies Ed Wood, but Ed Wood's a great film, and this kind of updates it to modern cinema. So The Disaster Artist was not a disaster, in my opinion.
But it was a piece of art.
Just like this review. For Film Obsession, this is Taylor James Johnson.
And Jesse Filmmaker.
That's his name.
Oh, I stepped on your line.
Hey,
But
you're just cheap.
cheap. That's like my best impression so far. The quotes are right here, and I still couldn't get the names right. Why am I holding it like I'm? Bye, everyone.
We can stop recording now.
You'll end at some point.
Good night, Johnny.